Hi guys, I'm Lauren. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make these ballet shoe insoles. You just slip them in your nasty ballet shoe, and also if you get blisters from any of like these fun things in the bottom of your shoe, you can just slip this in and it will make it more flat and more comfy. Also, at the end of the class, you can just take out these stinky, nasty things and wash them and put them back in your shoes. So a lot of like the nasty sweat and grime stuff that comes off your feet and goes into your shoes won't go as much into your shoes and go more into these things. Yeah. First of all, what you're going to need is like some hem tape. It's folded in half, so all you're supposed to do is take your thing and like put it in there and sew around so that you don't have to worry about tucking stuff in and stitching it and making it super difficult. Also, it looks nicer. Then you're going to need 2 different kinds of fabric. I'm going to put 2 that kind of match a little bit, like with the green, but they don't have to match if you don't want them to. You're going to put one on one side and then one on the other. These ones aren't reversible, but you don't have to make them reversible, just if you would like to. So you're going to need 2 different or 1 kind of fabric, cotton preferably, fabric scissors, paper scissors, a pen or marker, 1 piece of construction paper or printer paper, a needle, make sure it's pretty small, and also some thread that matches your tape, and your foot for measuring. The first thing you're going to do is grab your pen or pencil or marker or whatever and your paper. So first what you're going to do is you're just going to trace your foot. You don't have to do it very pretty as long as it's just like the basic shape, you know, of your foot. I know, I'm so fabulous at tracing, right? Anyway, so what you're going to do now is your ballet shoe isn't actually as long as your foot because it stretches. So what you're going to do is like where your big toe is, kind of almost match it up with like right here. And like, yeah, round it there as if your big toe was there. Sorry, this marker's kind of running out. And then just there, line it up with, go down and line it up with the pinky toe and where that is. And then you're just going to go around and make a pretty decent shape. Grab your paper scissors and start cutting out your pattern. Then you're just going to label the sides. So this pattern is going to be the same pattern for left and right because all you have to do is flip it. So then you're just going to label the sides, which one's left and which one's right. Great. Now you're going to take your first fabric and you're going to fold it in half so that 2 of the same sides, like the good side, is out on both sides. You're just going to lay down your pattern. You can pin it if you would like, or not, or you could just draw around it and then start cutting it out. And if you need to iron the fabric first, please do. Now we have 2 opposite sides, a left and a right. Next, you're going to put these 2 aside and lay down your next fabric and do that step all over again. Now you have your 2 sides. You chose to do marker to figure out where you're cutting, like I did, a little bit of brown right there. You don't have to worry about just a little bit getting on. If you get like a big through it, then that's a problem. You have to restart. If you just get a little on the outside, it's okay because it's going to be covered by the tape. Next, you need to match 2 of the opposite fabric sides together. Whoop, that's the wrong foot. And you're just going to match it together like so. I'm going to get out my ballet shoe and I'm just going to stick this in there. I just want to make sure that it's right and it's the right fit for it. If you end up putting it in there and decide it's too long or too wide or it just doesn't fit right, you can trim it around the edges, but make sure that both feet match. Mine's just fine. I know earlier you saw me with the blue tape and the blue stuff, but instead I'm going to use green because I just like that better. So here comes the sewing part. So for this part, you can use some pins to pin the tape on. But I don't like doing that. I feel like it distracts me and it gets in the way, and sometimes stuff goes wrong. So I know like all the professional people, and if you're one of those sewers or seamstresses or something and you just sew all the time and you're just like, oh my goodness, you have to do pins, then do the pins. I just prefer not to. It messes me up and I don't really like it. So I'm going to start at the heel, and you're just going to pinch this, like make it in half. You can also use ribbon. That works too. But yeah, you're just going to pinch it at the heel. And I would use a sewing machine for this, but it's in the shop because it's at the sewing machine hospital. So no sewing machine today. So I'm going to take my already threaded needle, and I knotted it, as you can see. So, yeah. And you are just going to push it through these two layers, and then also the ribbon or tape. I'm just gonna shove that through and pull it tight and make sure that, see, if that happens, then you're gonna have to do a bigger, wow, I can't talk today, a bigger knot, because if it's too small, it will pop through. And so when that happens, if it's just not gonna work, then what I do is I pull it up a little bit on both sides and I knot it from there. So like I knot it. So here, I'll show you. And I just do that, and then I knot it on there. So there's like a knot. So it's like that. And then I have to double knot it, of course, so that it just doesn't come undone. If you can triple knot it or quadruple knot it. Do how many knots you want. So you're just going to do a running stitch throughout the entire thing, and you're just going to go all the way around and then come back, and I'll see you when I'm done with that. And if you don't know what a running stitch looks like, it just looks like that. It's called a running stitch because it kind of looks like the paint on like the freeway, you know. So that's what it looks like, and you just kind of go in and out and in and out. So I've done the running stitch all the way around, and so I've gotten to this little spot where I haven't done this yet, because I will do that with you, and I'll show you how. Sorry. So with this, you're going to fold it over here and like to where you want to end it, and then you're going to cut it off a little bit longer than that, so you could like fold it over or fold it under, I guess. So then you're going to take it and you're going to fold it under, make sure it's really lined up and nice looking. Then you're going to put it there, and then you're going to finish stitching that. Okay, next you're going to do a knot, and if you don't know how to do a knot, then you can watch this, and if you do know how to do a knot, skip forward. So all that you're going to do is I'm going to take my needle, oh, it's not focusing, and then I'm going to go under here, push it through, and then I'm not going to pull it all the way. I'm going to leave this little loop here. Can't really see it. There we go. And then I'm going to put my needle through the loop and pull it tight. And you're going to do that a few times just to make sure that it's really good and stable. And then once you've done it on that little corner edge thing, then you're going to do it here. Like right under here, and stick that through. I'm sorry if it's a little bit hard to see. And you're going to do a few there. You just want to make sure it's very secure and it's not going to come undone when you're dancing. So I'm just going to do it 2 more times. That's 1. And 2. So that's all stitched up and done. So now, to get rid of this thing, instead of just cutting it, I'm going to do this thing where I stick my needle through, but I don't stick it through both pieces of material here, like both sides. I only stick it through one, so that the needle is in between the two sides, the two pieces of fabric. and I go through a little ways, and then I stick it out so that the thread is in there. And then right up close, I'm just going to cut it so that that thread is hidden in there and doesn't poke out or any stuff like that. So yeah, that one's done. Hey, guess what? Say what? Yeah, so now you gotta do it all over again. Yay! Well, guys, I'm not going to do it now. You guys can do it later or now. I'm just not going to show you the exact same steps all over again. Yay! So, yeah, please like, subscribe, and comment. Bye!